Santa. On behalf of UCD School of Business, I'd like to welcome everybody here tonight to this very special alumni event in the Hilton Hotel. I'm certainly honoured by the presence of several august people, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Dean of the School of Business of NSBM, Green University, and of course the special person tonight, our awardee, Mr. Bradley Chiranabe. Now, maintaining links with our graduates and celebrating their success is really important to us in the School of Business. I look forward to having the opportunity to meet with as many people here tonight as possible as the night goes on. Now, I can't guarantee that I will be up on stage dancing with you all, but hopefully we'll have a chance to do it as possible. Now, we're honoured tonight by actually having somebody from the very, very first cohort that ever came through degree programs with us. So we have a past Alumni of the Year awardee winner who was on cohort number 1. So in talking to people earlier on, some people said they were from cohort number 11, number 12, or perhaps last year. Cohort number 1 is really interesting because, of course, that provides tonight with a link back to the very, very beginnings of the degree association between UCD and you, our graduates here in Colombo. So I think there's an interesting kind of link there between lighting the lights there tonight, looking forward to the future, but also looking back at the history that we have created together, both NSBM and UCD over several decades, and certainly hope that successful partnership looking into the future. In total, approximately 5,000 people have graduated from programs here in Sri Lanka, and that's helped to build really strong linkages between Ireland and Sri Lanka. I think it's quite interesting to note a number of similarities between our two countries. We're both island nations, and that has meant that we, in both cases, have had an openness to the world and to trade and to thinking about events outside our own country over centuries. Both countries are of a similar size physically. People in Sri Lanka and Northern Ireland, both countries are of a similar physical size, and we both have had the questionable privilege of British rule at different times. Now, it has led certainly to some legacies. Cricket and rugby are big sports in Sri Lanka, but also big sports in Ireland. And I'm glad to see that our cricket team finally is becoming somewhat competitive on the international scale. So hopefully at some stage over the next couple of years we'll have the first 5-day test match between our two countries, and I look forward to that. Now, another similarity between the two countries is we both love drinking tea. Tea is a really, really significant drink in Ireland, and of course, over the years, much of that tea has actually come from this country. Now, on a slightly more serious note, we can also see some parallels in terms of economic development between our two nations. If you look back in both countries, up to very recently, they were primarily agrarian countries. Rural, largely agriculture based. And both countries over recent decades have gone through a related transition to looking at the outside world, to building exports, to building up manufacturing, and also global trade in services and IT. And IT, of course, has been a particular specialism of the programs we have run in Sri Lanka over the decades. Now, a key element of that transition from agrarian, low-value-add economy to a modern, high-value-add economy that's focused on exports, of course, is education. You can't move to higher value-add activities without having an educated workforce and an educated population. And it is quite interesting to see between our two countries that there's a shared interest in and also cultural respect for education. And really, both of us, in terms of each country, have seen the benefits of that feeding through into the economic well-being of our citizens. Now, the School of Business in University College Dublin has a very long history, and it dates back to its founding in 1908. So there's over a century of experience built up in developing and delivering undergraduate education and also postgraduate education. And programs in the School of Business in University College Dublin are consistently ranked in the top 100 in the world. Financial Times and other international ranking agencies And we're one of only 85 schools in the world that has accreditation from the three main international accreditation bodies, the US AACSB, the more European-focused ECRIS, and AM who accredit MBA programs internationally. Now, of course, as all of us know from our day-to-day activities in the workplace, you don't stay on top for very long unless you continue to reinvest. So we have a continual program of renewal and reinvestment in the school. And one feature of what we do is we're always questioning, is this the best way to deliver education to our students? Are our curricula as up to date as they need to be? Are we delivering what industry needs? And over the last couple of years, we've set out a very, very ambitious agenda for the school. And that agenda is to place ourselves firmly in the top 50 business schools in the world. And we're actively executing a strategy to move us into that space. And just to give you a few sort of snapshots of what's been going on over the last year, 18 months to drive us forward on that. We've opened a new executive education facility in Dublin. We've invested about $7 million US in that. We've opened a new centre for PhD studies, because of course for leading schools, thought leadership is very important, and that then requires investment in research, support research in the faculty, but also in growing the next generation of scholars, and that's what the PhD program does. We've continued to invest in our faculty, it's growing year on year, and it's becoming international. So pretty much as a matter of routine now, if you look over perhaps 10 recruits, 7 or 8 of them are going to be from outside of Ireland, taken from leading business schools around the world, both in the US and in Europe and elsewhere. And the big project we have on the way at the moment is an investment totaling about $17 million US in a new Centre for Future Learning. And initially it's focused on undergraduate activities, and the aim in that is to develop new technologies, new means of teaching, new means of skills development, which will really roll out to our undergraduate students on all campuses over time. Now, of course, innovations aren't just happening in Dublin, they're happening in other campuses around the world. So talking to Sri Lanka, obviously the school has recently moved to magnificent new university premises in Green University. This year we have commenced a summer school, providing an opportunity for students from Colombo to travel to Dublin to take some of their modules there. And indeed, we actually look to develop ever closer linkages between our students in Colombo and Dublin and other centres where we offer education in the coming years. And as we have mentioned already tonight, this is the 4th year of the annual alumni event. We're actively investing, looking to build up the alumni network here in Colombo, because part of the outputs to the educational process is the delivery of a network that people then can rely on for support and also for business opportunities in years to come. So in addition to providing a good education to people, we're also looking to supplement that by offering a really good network of alumni relationships thereafter as well. Now, as I mentioned, the only game in town is continuing investment and continuing renewal of our programs. And that, of course, is of interest of everybody here, be they in cohort number 1 or cohort number 19, because, of course, a very important thing for you is assurance that your degree remains of a high calibre and that degree cohorts coming out behind you are retaining those standards. So I'd now like to show a very, very short video. It just gives you a sense of the school's current positioning and some activities that we currently have underway. So hopefully that's given you a sense of the energy and the ambition that there is in the school business. And certainly lots of exciting things happening at the moment and leading to interest in outcomes in the years ahead in terms of higher education. Now, key focus of tonight's event, of course, is to present our awardee this year with the annual Alumni of the Year Award. This award is in its 7th year, and it provides an opportunity for the School of Business to recognise exceptional achievement amongst our alumni here in Sri Lanka. It also provides an opportunity for us to signal what we value and who we value. Now, we're honoured tonight, as I mentioned earlier on, to have somebody from cohort number 1 with us, who was the winner of this award back in 2016. So, Parashika Mara, I was talking to you earlier on, very inspirational story of your current business activities, and we're very honoured by your presence tonight. Now, previous winners of this award have demonstrated exceptional leadership and impact. And they've also demonstrated crucially in terms of thinking about the award, alignment with the core values of the School of Business. And those core values are ambition, courage, and integrity. The school strategy speaks of the school and its graduates as being in the world and for the world. That's encapsulated by what we look for in terms of selecting our annual awardee. In the world, in that we're looking for people who excel in their chosen field and also who are recognised as inspirational leaders by the business community. And also for the world, in that we look for people who have embraced society and contributed to society more generally. And achievements of this year's awardee, Mr. Pradi Shiralade, speak to these criteria. Pradi has over 2 decades of senior management experience in both the public sector and the private sector. For 8 years, he was head of ICT in the Sri Lankan Army, where he was responsible for the implementation of a number of strategic and high-profile ICT projects. Supervised more than 12 officers in that role and in excess of 800 technical staff. And leaving the Army, he took up a position in the private sector, sales and marketing manager for the global ICT giant Intel. And he was promoted to head of marketing and operations there in 2010, managing more than 50 sales managers across the South Asian region. Leaving that post, he took up a position as CEO of the Sri Lankan Convention Bureau, and earlier this year, he left that post to settle as an entrepreneur. One of his current projects is the travel and tourism website, Alumni. It's the first green and eco-sustainable homestay and hotel budget and hotel website in Sri Lanka. And from talking to him beforehand, he has several other projects which are underway as well, so it's pretty busy at the moment in terms of new ventures. Now, in addition to his business achievements, Paddy has a strong belief in the value of education and self-improvement. His initial undergraduate degree was in information technology, and he studied with UCD for a Masters in Management and IT. Subsequently, he's continued his education, taking further qualifications in both marketing and accountancy. And he's currently completing his PhD in the area of artificial intelligence. Paddy's career achievements and accomplishments provide an excellent role model for our current students. And I'm delighted to name him as 2018 Outstanding Alumnus of the Year. Invite you to the presentation of the award. Now I invite you to address us.
Thanks. Thank you very much. First of all, thanks to the Professor Anton Babazan and staff who are presenting here, and other staff who organizing this event, as well as UCD Alumni Associations in Sri Lanka chapter, including the president. So I take this opportunity to thank everybody presented in here. And in 2010, I entered into the UCD as a master's student with a vision. My vision is to become an entrepreneur at the age of 45. But with the core values of the UCD, I am able to success this event before 5 years, especially on research, strategic development, and critical thinking that taught by and practiced by the UCD curriculum. So this UCD is one of my key turning point of my career, and then I turned to the different sector in different values. So I thank everybody to offer this and honor to me. Thank you very much.